If you're like me and you're watching this video and you care about your hair loss, I'm going to be teaching you about a device that I've discovered about a year ago that was instrumental in me not only not losing my hair, but actually regrowing hair. Now, believe it or not, a year ago I was a bald man. Just kidding. I wasn't actually bald, but I did start to thin in the front of my head. I had about 50% hair density. This actually started when I was in medical school. I was under high stress and I started to notice massive thinning in the front. So I quickly became a hair loss expert. I talked to everybody in the industry and I learned how to not lose my hair. I started a multitude of different treatment modalities, including finasteride, oral finasteride, topical minoxidil, PRP injections into the head. Ouch, one of the worst things you could possibly do. Definitely don't recommend unless you're very serious about keeping your hair and you can afford it. And then 4 is going to be the treatment modality that I'm going to be discussing today, which is red light therapy for hair loss. Before we get into it, my name is Jay Feldman. I'm an osteopathic doctor, and I just want to preface with this is not medical advice. This is me talking to you as a YouTuber, man to man or man to woman, because this works for women as well, about my experience with this device in regrowing my own hair and stopping my hair loss in its tracks. And if you can see from the video, the hair is now on point. I'm on track. I don't think I'm ever going to lose my hair again because I've figured this stuff out. And I'm going to be teaching you everything that I've learned here so that you can do the same thing for yourself. All right, so I don't want to talk too much about the causes of hair loss. If you care about that, you can watch my other videos on hair loss on the channel. But essentially, for men and women, there's a genetic and a hormonal component. Sometimes there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it, but there are a lot of interventions that you can apply, such as what I'm going to be talking about here, to stop hair loss in its tracks. And mark my words, it is much easier to stop loss than to start growing hair from scratch. If you are already bald watching this video, it might be too late. You might want to consider transplants. However, if you are at a place like I was, where you are starting to thin and you are ready to do everything in your power to make sure that you can keep your hair for the rest of your life, listen up, learn from me. I figured this stuff out and you are going to as well. So the treatment modality that I'm going to be discussing with you today, non-invasive, extremely affordable. I would almost call it natural. And you can do this from the comfort of your home without taking any pills. It's almost like a magic thing when you say it like that. And it actually works very effectively. That treatment modality is red light therapy. Now, over the past decade, regenerative medicine has used red light therapy for a lot of various skin conditions, for acne, for inflammation, for biohacking. And the principles are universally the same, right? Red light therapy is kind of like watering your plants. It increases blood flow, it stimulates follicles, it stimulates production of new growth factors in your skin. We're talking about collagen, we're talking about peptides, and it actually works synergistically with other medicines as well because it increases your blood flow. It actually helps increase the effectiveness of, say, finasteride, minoxidil, PRP, and anything else that you might be doing for your hair loss. So there is no reason not to have one of these devices and not to implement this into your routine, especially because the side effect profile is so low. I've had 0 side effects with this machine, only positive effects. You can't really say the same about things like finasteride, which have been known to cause erectile dysfunction in men. I've never seen one of these helmets cause erectile dysfunction, ever, and I don't think we ever will. We already spoke about this briefly, but the lasers and the LED penetrate deep into the skin, stimulating the follicles to produce more hair. They increase the production of collagen, which are very important for hair building. In addition, it reduces the inflammation in the scalp and in skin in general. Inflammation is one of the main causes of hair loss in men and women. Now, the best part about this specific treatment modality, you don't need to see a doctor. You don't have to refill every single month. You buy this device once, and it's relatively affordable, and then this is good for the rest of your life. You just use it at your own convenience when you're at home. I'm going to be teaching you exactly kind of how I use it and give you my recommended device so that you can make the best and most well-informed decision for yourself. So I do use this device in conjunction with other treatments, specifically a topical minoxidil and finasteride solution that I use that I will link below. And I believe that this device increases the effectiveness of that solution. I also do PRP injections every 3 months. Again, ouch, not recommended for everybody, but definitely pick up the solution. And the iRestore, the device that I'm going to be recommending in just a second, also has a serum that you could pick up alternatively that works synergistically with the red light. Now, how does this device actually work? Well, I use it at home when I'm doing other things, specifically on my PEMF mat. I have a routine at night. I lay on my pulsed electromagnetic frequency mat for about 30 minutes. That time interval aligns very, very well with my use for this device, which is about every 2 days. Now, there are other devices out there that have LEDs or lasers. This one combines both. So this is actually the recommended device that I've been using for over a year. It's called the iRestore. It is by far the most powerful device. It has 2 282 lasers inside, as well as LED. Now, the big differentiator between the iRestore and some of the competitors that I've tried is, one, the treatment intensity is higher, and I think if you're trying to maintain your hair, you want every chance that you can get, and this gives you the best possible chance because of the concentration of lasers and LED. It just really stands apart from the competition. It's really easy to use and it's fairly comfortable. As you can see, it's not a small helmet, so you do feel it, but it's relatively light. And the most important thing is that you're getting a red light that's actually going to stimulate hair growth. If you're also like me and you can be a little bit hesitant, a little bit skeptical about medical devices and treatments that haven't been that well researched, this one is actually FDA cleared. So there is a relatively high amount of research on this device that has cleared it for safety. And again, this is red light. Very little chance that this is going to do you any harm. The side effect profile is very low and the potential benefits are very, very high. So how I use this device, obviously you don't have to have a PEMF mat and do that at the same time. You can use this thing while you're watching TV, you can use it while you work. Again, you really essentially forget that it's there after about 5 minutes. Now, the treatments are about 25 minutes long and I use this every other day. You can increase the dosage, you might get better results, but the suggested treatment schedule, 25 minutes every other day. You do it while you're doing other things. Again, you forget that this thing's there, you charge the battery every few days and you are in business. I do use the iRestore device nearly every single week. Admittedly, I've started to get lazier as my hair has started to get fuller and better. Now I use it maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, but this is a device that I have been using for a long time. I also promise you that I have tried multiple competitors, and this is the highest clinical dose and the most effective helmet that I have used. Now, they did give me a coupon code that I would encourage you to use to pick one of these up. It will give you $400 off your purchase of an iRestore laser helmet. All you have to do is click on the link down below and use the code Dr. J to grab your own. If you are trying to not lose your hair in the new year and you don't want to live the rest of your life as a bald man or bald woman, this is something that I truly believe that you need to have at least in combination with your other treatment modalities. It's very low chance that anything negative is going to come out of this helmet, and very good chance that this will help increase the efficacy of all of the other treatments that you're doing, or even if you're using this on your own, I believe that you will have good results. Pick up one of these helmets. There is no better helmet on the market. Use the code Dr. J to save $400. And I'd love to have a discussion about red light therapy for hair loss. I would love to hear your experience personally. So if you grab one of these helmets, drop it in the comments, let me know, and we can have a conversation about that. I can give you specific pointed advice on how to use it. And go grab one of these helmets. There's really no reason not to have it. You don't want to live the rest of your life bald. Also, the link to the serum that I use, the topical minoxidil and topical finasteride combination solution, I will put in the show notes along with this helmet. You grab these two things and I promise you, you are going to have so much hair you don't know what to do with. You're going to be chopping this stuff off every day. I wasn't bald, but I was getting there. And I am so grateful for all of the treatments, all of the people that I've talked to that have helped me stop my hair loss in its tracks and get back on course to having a full head of hair for the rest of my life. If you intervene now, you have a great chance. If you wait until you're bald, the only option that you're going to have is surgery. So use that code Dr. J to save $400, pick up an iRestore, and I will see you in the next video.